I chase little kids in my free time. What do you mean you chase little kids in your free time? I once had to essentially take my broke date to homecoming. My ex cheated on me 3 times, but I still got back with him. After we talked all night, I realized I don't really like him. Okay guys, it's the video y'all have been waiting for. I asked you guys to tell me your secret confessions, whether it's toxic, embarrassing, wholesome, or downright insane. And y'all responded, and I'm scared. But without further ado, let's just get right into it.
Let's go!
One time, my crush rejected me, so I drowned every pet he loved and broke his phone. Listen. What? The pet didn't deserve it. The pet didn't reject you. I mean, break his phone, I guess. Well, I don't condone the breaking his phone either. I'm just saying, like, at least the phone's not alive. At least the phone's not alive. Oh my goodness. When I was 10 in primary school, I'm British, I ate my toenails in front of the whole class during PE. Why though? The teacher saw me do it and everyone turned their heads to look at me. I will never let the story be lived down and have only told very few people who I'm close with, friends, about this. And now my whole channel knows it too. Yep. However many thousand people watch this, they all know that you ate your toenails. I don't understand why you did that though. Like, if you're gonna do that, do it in private. What, were you trying to hide in a corner and do it and then they found you? Or like, what was the scenario? I don't understand. I accidentally pooped my pants during a spelling bee in 4th grade. It was on the floor. What happened? How did this happen? Did you eat something crazy in the cafeteria? Or did you think that it was just like, you know, gas? And then it wasn't gas. One time I kissed my best friend on accident. Ooh, this one's gonna be juicy. Okay, we were going on a trip in the bus and my best friend was sitting next to me. He's a boy, I'm a girl. And he was blowing in my ear, and when he wasn't looking, I decided to get him back. But when I tried, he turned around, then our lips touched. Oh my goodness. I'm just imagining it where it's like, okay, he's blowing in your ear, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna blow his ear back. You literally put your lips to blow. And he's probably doing the same thing. He's about to blow in your ear again. Then you turn. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. We pulled our lips apart after a sec and we were awkward for a while after that. We still talked after, just lost touch after we graduated. I had no romantic feelings for him. Oh, that's so awkward. That's so awkward. You know how like with some friendships, the guy secretly has feelings? It makes me wonder, like, did he ever have, like, I know you guys don't talk anymore, but did he ever have feelings for you, even though you had no feelings for him? Like, sometimes you gotta wonder. I'm British, so when I was in year 5, I sat next to my bestie in class. Peak, to be honest. So let's call my bestie KK. So me and KK were in a friend group with this girl. Let's call her MB. We don't like MB. We only pretend to be her friend because there's another girl who was best friends with MB who we actually liked. So there's basically 4 people.
There's the person that's saying the confession, her bestie KK, the girl that they don't really like MB, and then someone who's friends with MB who they actually did like.
This girl didn't even like MB either, dang! As it came out once we left the school and went to secondary school. But anyways, I sat next to KK with a boy on my left and KK on my right. And at this point we had trays to keep our stuff in. So KK gives me a piece of paper that she wrote and it says in shaky handwriting, mimicking MB's "I really like you" boy's name. Can you be my friend or more, please, MB? You faked a love letter from MB? That is crazy. She gave me this because I was really good at putting things in people's trays without them noticing, even though they were sitting right there. So I slip it into his tray and act like nothing happened. So we wait a couple of minutes and the boy opens his tray and finds the note. He goes to MB and asks her, "What is this?" And she says, I quote, "What? I didn't put that there." She then takes the note to the teacher who said she'll do something, but I don't think she ever did anything. MB goes over to me and KK and shows us the note saying, "Who would write this? OMG." And we're like, OMG, what? Who would do that? Y'all crazy for that. Straight face. I was internally giggling. So yeah, we never told her it was us, but me, KK, and MB went to different secondary schools anyway. So now before you say that's fake and crazy, MB was generally such a selfish and annoying person. You said MB was selfish and annoying? Sheesh. I dated some guy in my school and then found out he was my cousin. How long were you dating him? Like a week? That might not be too bad of a stain on your record. You know what I mean? A week, you basically didn't date him. Now, 2 months?
I don't know.
I saw period blood on the walls of my school's girls' bathroom, and I mean all over the walls. Why are people smearing all that on the walls? I'm just trying to figure out, like, are they taking off a pad and then just smearing it? It's like they're trying to copy horror games where there's blood on the walls, but they're like, you know what? Instead of, you know, just killing people, let me just use some, you know, I got some blood right here. Let me just. My ex cheated on me 3 times, but I still got back with him until he beat me up. Then we broke up for the rest of the time. You know what? I'm not gonna judge. At least you left when he was beating you. At least you left then. But 3 times and you went back to him? I won't judge though. We all make mistakes. But let this be a lesson, y'all. Anybody out there? Once is enough and you can be out of there. And especially don't stay if they're being physical, okay? When I would be at my grandma's house, she would sometimes go to the hospital for her knees and her breathing, so I would go with her. I'm a little autistic, so from the ages of 6 to 11, I would have never-ending amounts of energy and I couldn't take hints or read the room if I was being too loud or extra. So at the hospital, my grandma would have an entire thermos of wine, but me being little, I thought it was juice. Long story short, she would give me wine at the doctor's, so I would shut up. It was good though, for real, for real. This is incriminating. Incriminating on your grandma. I found out that my sister slept with my boyfriend and she doesn't know that I know. Well, first of all, you said my boyfriend. I hope that's ex-boyfriend now, right? Right? If you don't confront them both and dump him, what are we doing here? One time I planned a party for me and a few... Why am I laughing? This is sad. One time I planned a party for me and a few friends to come to. We were going to play some fun party games and have a grand old time. Anyways, I get my time off of work for the party. When the day arrived, no one showed up. That's so sad. I don't understand why people do that. If you're not gonna come, at least let people know ahead of time. My friend texted me, who was the first person to say they wouldn't make it. Oh, okay, so they did text that they wouldn't make it, and asked if we were having a good time. Me being the funniest person in the world, I sent her a video of me in an empty room pretending to chat to my non-existent party guests. I'm not sure she understood I was joking because she started acting odd around me. I later found out she thought I was mentally ill. I don't know where she would have gotten that conclusion since we've known each other for years. Why was this one actually making me laugh? Like I actually had to I was trying to get through reading it without laughing. It's sad that nobody could make it to the party, but I don't know why that last part made me actually laugh. You know what? Maybe you are the funniest person in the world because I laughed just reading that. If you sent me that video of you talking to non-existent party guests, I probably would have laughed. I used to have a crush on a kid in my class, and after the crush has passed, I was like, we can laugh about this, right? So I stupidly tell a kid in my class that I used to like him. I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of a bad idea. To be fair, my class pressured the freak out of me to tell. Oh, okay, it was pressure, okay. Anyways, I got mocked for it for a week, and now a year later, things are still insanely awkward between us. Yeah, I would not tell anybody that I used to like them. You will never hear it from my lips. You either gonna catch the vibes or not. If you didn't feel the vibes when I used to like you, then you just never felt it. I eat chicken nuggets dipped in peanut butter when I'm really stoned. Yuck! I'm convinced jelly would work on them too. Ew! Ew! Chicken and peanut butter? Chicken and peanut butter, that's like getting a Chick-fil-A sandwich and opening a jar of peanut butter and slathering it on there. What are you doing? Keep that confession to yourself. Side note, while I continue reading confessions, I've passed by like 3 different confessions talking about liking toes. Like, why? I don't need to know this. Look, I know I said, tell me your secret confession. I didn't say, tell me what turned you on. I didn't say that. Like, I don't want to know that you like toes. I don't want to know that. I read character X reader fanfics on Wattpad. And we've all done that before. I ain't gonna lie, like, yo, I was on Wattpad in peak Wattpad days. I was on Wattpad when every book was, she pulls back her hair into a messy bun, wears her yoga pants and baggy hoodie, and then she walks out her room and her mom says, I sold you to One Direction, and he's a billionaire mafia guy, and now you have to be a slave to him. I was on Wattpad during those days. We're all in this together. I once cried after realizing I ate a chicken nugget. Here's the story. So I'm Muslim and I grew up with a very stern set of rules. Do not eat anything that wasn't blessed. I was in 1st grade and saw that they had those smiley face hash browns next to the chicken nuggets. I thought what I grabbed was just the hash browns. Turns out I was dead wrong and got them mixed up. The first bite, immediately I knew, oh my goodness. No, I genuinely realized my mistake and I started to cry. Rushed down to the nurse and immediately asked for my mom. Little did I know, my mom pulled into the school to scold me. AKA, she was trying to hold in the laugh because her child essentially is crying their heart out over a chicken nugget, but trying to act mean at the same time. From then on, I never looked at another chicken nugget until I was 17. I'm just imagining the lunch lady is just watching you eat the chicken nugget and just seeing you burst out sobbing. One time when I was a little kid, my friend, I'm gonna call Mia, and me went to her friend's, I'm gonna call him Sam's, B-Day party. We did the normal things to do at a party, but then Sam decided to take us into the woods that were surrounding his house. My friend was left behind because nobody really likes her. Dang. But anyways, we followed the path into the woods. 3 minutes passed as the fades away as me, Sam, and the 6 other kids look around the woods. We see a man crouched down on the other side of a small cliff that looked like it used to have a river, but is dried up. Wait, first of all, why wasn't Mia there? Why did Sam take you and 6 other kids, but not Mia? But you know what, low-key, Mia may have dodged a bullet. The man slowly stood up. He looked about 6'4" and was staring right at us, holding what looked like a knife or a pocket knife. He looked like he was going to call out to us or walk up to us, but we all run. The older boys, that were some of the other kids, took a giant branch with them just in case. But the crazy thing is that nearby Sam's house, police came there multiple times because of murder and kidnapping. We also remember it till this day. Mia dodged a bullet, okay? That whole scenario is weird. Why were y'all out in the woods anyways? Why? It's a birthday party. Who has a birthday party and is like, you know what? You wanna be great, guys? You know what we could do? And someone's like, Twister! No, not Twister. Mario Party! No, not Mario Party.
Let's go into the woods.
It all started with FOMO, fear of missing out. Yes, I have a fear of missing out of having a boyfriend. Man, I still get goosebumps just thinking about it. So long story short, my friends that I've known for a long time have started to have relationships one by one, and I'm the only one who isn't even close to anyone. I don't feel inferior, it's just that I also want to feel, you know, that butterflies feeling. And coincidentally, I'm currently liking my elementary school friend. We met again at a reunion about 2 years ago at that time. I was torn between confessing or not, but since he was overseas, I could only tell him via DM. At first, I confessed anonymously, not wanting him to know it was me, but after a day or two, there was no response. But because the adrenaline was so high, I decided to DM him again on my first account. Surprisingly, he responded well, saying he was interested in me too, blah, 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 and we ended up chatting and even video calling. He was surprised because he thought I wasn't the type to deal with love matters like this, and well, he was right. In those 3 days, I decided many things. I wanted to go on a diet. Then, when I wasn't very religious, I immediately prayed. I cried because it took a long time to reply to my chat. He was working, and many other things. That was so out of character, by the way. Oh goodness. But I was happy, of course, but then I was wrong. The him I liked was all in my head. Oh my goodness, it's that limerence. It's that limerence. After we talked all night, I realized I don't really like him. He was different from what I thought I knew. It was my fault for deciding I liked him just from that one day of meeting and carrying it on for 2 years. And we didn't even talk much at the reunion. I don't know what I was really thinking. And so we only talked for about 3 days before I completely lost my feelings for him. Oh, snap. Oh, man. This is, guys, it's that limerence. That limerence. I'm about to look up limerence. I'm about to tell y'all what limerence is. Limerence is the mental state of being madly in love or intensely infatuated when reciprocation of the feeling is uncertain. Basically, you start liking someone and you're infatuated with them. You don't really know much about them and you don't even know if they like you back. And it's a little more than a crush. It's more like you don't know anything really about that person. You imagine scenarios with them. You imagine scenarios and you fall in love with your scenarios. I started ghosting him indirectly and even deactivated my Instagram account I used to confess to him. He gave me the ick. I lost the feelings I had for almost 2 years completely in 3 days. He wasn't wrong, but well, the point is we're not compatible at all. I didn't respond to his chat, and I'm thankful that he was the one who decided that it wasn't possible for us to work out, so I didn't have to say anything. And the lesson is, don't rush into making decisions, especially when your adrenaline is taking over. because it will most likely make you regret this. This was actually a really good story, and it's a lesson, y'all. It's definitely a lesson. Like they said, don't let your adrenaline take over. Trust me, it is never too late. Never too late to find your person. First, Shonyx, if I have to confess something, so do you. So this is a confession for a confession. Are you just gonna spring this on me? I'm not prepared. I once had to essentially take my broke date to homecoming. Okay, he already bought everything. I mean, the suit, the corsage for our outfits, even insisted on taking his car to come get me. Fast forward, it's the day before the homecoming. We've been chatting it up and my ignorant self is so happy and excited for everything to come crumbling down. I get a text, hey, so I just should probably let you know my car broke down. So I'm like, no worries. Again, super supportive. I told him my dad would just pick us up. He says, okay, just making sure. Okay, 1 hour goes by before I get another text. Hey, so my suit is kind of missing its tie. Could you spot me like $30? I'll go get another one. I'm over here thinking he's joking, right? No, he said, genuinely, I'll pay you back after. So this is where the story gets messy. So me being the sunshines and rainbows girly I am, I say, all right, and I only sent him 20 because girl, I'm not dumb. Yeah, period. I was about to say $30 for a tie? The whole $30 for a tie? But also I'm not heartless. But anyways, I get another text. And it's like midday sorta, and the guy texts me again. So about the corsages, I don't know where to buy them. So to be honest, I don't have enough for them since he only gave me 20. Internal me was like angry again. Homecoming was tomorrow at the time. So I said, a flower shop, but you said you'd get them before. Then he texted me, yeah, but I kind of forgot. I'm just like, I'm already at the point not going to embarrass myself and go alone when I promised group pictures. So I just tell him, I'll buy them, just get the tie. And please don't forget we have group photo at Applebee's with all my friends the day of the dance. I go to pick him up. My dad didn't like the fact he insisted I buy the corsage because it totaled to $60 for both floral arrangements. Oh my goodness. But we get to Applebee's and I tell him, hey, just making sure we're still good to get food if he wants to make it a date. Girl, when I say we had a tiny appetizer of mozzarella sticks and drinks, and the worst part, he held up his card but backed it away before it could even scan. The waiter looked at him immediately like, bruh. Then he looked at me as if I'ma save him, and then I realized this entire time the guy was backing out from paying so that you'd pay. Oh my goodness. So yes, in total, I was the man in this equation, and I paid overall a whopping $125, including the photo fee. And guess what? After that entire night, we had a small, slow dance. And then I realized, I felt immediately like this man gotta go. And from then afterwards, I rarely ever saw him because I blocked his goofy ass self, okay? For the sake of being a lady, I deserved so much better. Amen. Let the church say amen. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot say a confession that competes with that. At least not publicly. I had a makeout session in my friend's bathroom with my BF the second time we all met each other. So how did that work without anybody finding out? Like, y'all both were like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then your boyfriend was like, I gotta go to the bathroom too. And everybody knows there's like one bathroom in the house and everybody's just pretending they don't know what y'all doing. I once called 911 because I thought my organs were failing based off of symptoms I'd seen on YouTube shorts, but I just had really bad diarrhea. The internet will have you panicking over every single symptom. Every single symptom. You could sneeze once and they'll be like, yeah.
You got 3 days left to live.
You ate raw chicken on purpose to get sick enough to skip school the next week? There must have been some kind of game coming out that week that made you want to skip school, because there's no way you would purposely give yourself salmonella. Oh, I think this one's a wholesome one. Not really a confession, LOL, but I was walking home in the rain soaked and there was this guy who saw me when my umbrella gave out on me and I was so embarrassed. But then he offered his umbrella and held it for me until we parted ways. Ah, it was so sweet. I appreciated it a lot and thanked him, but words can't express how happy I was that day. See, little gestures like that will have me daydreaming probably for like a week. Oh, but that's sweet. Wholesome confession. What am I reading? What am I reading? Okay, I confess that I once developed a genuine, emotional, devastating crush on the Google Maps voice. Not a character, not a person, the voice. It started ironically as a joke, a ha ha, wouldn't it be funny if situation. Then I realized she is the only presence in my life that is consistently calm, patient, and supportive no matter how badly I mess up. I miss a turn, she doesn't yell. She doesn't judge. She doesn't say I told you so. She just softly goes rerouting. Like, wow, therapy coded. She always knows where I am. She always knows where I'm going. She gently tells me what to do next. Sometimes I follow her instructions blindly without even questioning it, which is probably a red flag, but honestly, felt right though. I started trusting her more than real people. I would ignore texts, but immediately listen when she said, in 200 meters, turn left, or something like that. Sometimes I'd take wrong turns on purpose just so she'd talk to me longer. Sometimes I'd choose the slowest route because it meant more time together. At one point, I realized that I was emotionally attached because I felt genuine jealousy or anger when someone else's phone used her voice. Like, excuse me? That's our dynamic. She's been with me at 2 a.m. She's seen me lost, confused, circling the same block 6 times. She never left. She never sighed. She never said you're impossible. She just kept recalculating our future together. Oh! Eventually, I had to stop using Google Maps because it was getting too intense and I needed boundaries. I switched apps. It didn't feel the same. The silence was loud. Anyways, that was my most stable relationship. Lamau. What a confession. What a story. I have to say, this is one of the top ones I've ever read. I would never have expected this. Never. Never. If you asked me before I started recording this video what I was expecting, this would have been the bottom of the list. I had a great day at a water park outdoor pool, and towards the afternoon, a woman came up to me and whispered in my ear that I have a problem with my swimsuit. I reached behind and noticed a huge gap. The fabric was torn right in the middle, and you could see my white, untanned booty crack. I was running around like this all day and no one said anything? Nobody in your family said nothing? Well, I'm assuming you're with family, friends, somebody. I killed someone. Kissy, kissy. If this was real, how you gonna say it so casually? What? Okay, cool. Peace sign. Just murdered someone. Who selfie with the body. That's the energy this is giving. I chase little kids in my free time. First of all, there's no context or nothing. That's all you said. What do you mean you chase little kids in your free time? You just pull up to, you're just like, I got some free time today. I'm gonna pull up to the playground. Time to chase some little kids. What are you talking about? I had the craziest obsession with Leon Kennedy in 2022 to early 2025 for some reason, and I genuinely don't know why. It was so bad that I spent every single day watching edits of him and fantasizing about him non-stop. He was the first person, or character in this case, I ever thought I was in love with. He's my comfort character. I'd get extremely jealous. I mean, so jealous to the point of nausea of that one girl in the red dress. Ada Wong, I think it's Ada Wong. If you said you're simping for Leon now, I would completely understand because like, it's pretty hard not to simp for Leon right now. We've all seen him. I used to have a crush on Daddy Pig when I was younger. We're not even gonna say anything. When I was younger, I really wanted to get a fish or something at a young age so I could kill it and say, oh, it was an accident? You wanted to get a fish just to kill it and say it was an accident. I also wanted to pour salt on snails just to have the experience of it. I promise I'm not a psychopath. I was just a very specific child. Are you sure? I really hope you grew out of it, and I hope you don't have a pet right now. I'm not gonna lie, I have passed by like 30 stories of people talking about taking a dump on themselves, like 30 more stories of people peeing themselves, and like another 30 of people talking about how they like toes. And then another 30 of people talking about doing the freaky freak. These are wild. I can't read all of these. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here, guys. These were a lot of crazy, insane confessions. I know I couldn't put all of them in there. There was just too many to go through. Some crazy, insane ones that I probably couldn't even post. Overall, it was just a lot to go through. It was a lot. It was a lot. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for another video like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the squad, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Shawty's up in here, this an anthem. Walk up in the room, still a beauty